So I see a lot of comments, sometimes I get emails, I get comments. People are like, oh, I left the narcissist and the people that they are suffering, I don't know, going through the pain and everything, trying to heal, very difficult to heal. And then the narcissist is out there, they have this new supply, they bought a new car, they moved into a new flat, they got a job, I don't know, they got a promotion, they are glowing, they are traveling the world, while their victims is behind suffering. And those guys, they can careless, okay? So they feel like whatever it is you're going through, they have nothing to do with it, okay? So they have moved on. A narcissist can move on within one day. They can break you down and discard you, and the next day they have a new supply, they have somebody new. They're starting to plan marriages. They want to go into marriage, they want to have a baby, they want to start families. And then sometimes as a victim of abuse, you are spying on them. It's like you're going out there, you're checking out their social media, okay? You're on their Facebook. You're spying on their Facebook. Now you become the stalker. And you're looking at all these new pictures, beautiful, they got somebody better. You're seeing that, oh, there's somebody maybe better than you. A lot of empaths don't understand how karma works. So they don't understand how this whole thing of narcissism works. And sometimes it takes time. It takes a whole lot of healing to figure out how this pattern of narcissism works. I'll tell you something from experience. There is so many narcissists I've dealt with over the years, okay? I've been narc free 4+ years now. No more narcissists in my life. But I've already seen how things have went down, okay? How things have gone down with some of the narcissists that I've dealt with over the years. And for me, it was a shock because I've been doing the healing work, of course. I've put so much energy in healing and, trying to be the best I can be. And of course, putting forgiveness in place. Okay, I've forgiven those individuals. I've not gone out to seek revenge or try to do something to them, or, I don't know. I let that energy go. One of the things that have helped me that along my journey was to let that energy go, okay? As an empath, you stay with the narcissist and you learn very powerful lessons about yourself. You learn so many things that you didn't even know about yourself. I personally don't believe I would ever discover I was an empath if I did not meet this kind of individuals, okay? So I strongly believe that it has been an element of my evolution to become who I am today. Now, I understand, I get it. There's pain, of course, you've been suffering. There's all this trauma and everything. Things are going bad for you and everything. But everything changes over time. The faster you start to do the healing work on yourself is the faster things start to change for you. But you see, when you're healing, you're also cleansing, okay? So you're cleansing because you remember that you've been wrestling around with this energy for so many years. And you've embodied that energy as well. The energy from a narcissist, we already know that this is very toxic energy. These guys, they're a walking ball of very huge negative energy. So you become a part of that energy. But as you heal, you start to cleanse. You go through a cleansing process. So you cleanse physically, you cleanse spiritually, emotionally, you start to detox. You clean your space, you declutter, and you get that energy out of the way. Now, when you have gotten that energy out of the way, that is when you start gravitating back to your authentic self. the energy that you've embodied over the years, that is the moment when that energy starts to return to the sender, okay? The energy starts to go back to the original sender, because that is energy. Everything is energy, guys. I've always told you this. The energy now cannot sit well with you because it has never been your energy in the first place. So that energy gravitates back immediately to the original senders. There is very many years ago, I dealt with a narcissist that did something very horrible. I can even hardly say it on camera. That thing took me by surprise, and that thing hurt me to the core, okay? That particular individual, over the years, I would later on learn that they lost their parents, okay? And they lost their loved ones. They lost their pets. You know, narcissists don't understand empaths. They think they do understand empaths, but they do not understand empaths. They don't understand the power that comes with empathy. Those people, they are a walking ball of karma. And the karma that you're going to receive, it depends on the energy that you send towards them. If it's a very huge negative energy, I can guarantee you that person will receive very bad karma. If you have come into their lives with very good intentions, I can also promise you, you're going to get good karma coming towards the way and flooding towards the way. It works like that. So it can be good or bad depending on the energy that you project towards very beautiful souls. So many narcissists, again, over the years, I've seen things happening to them. But you see, when these things have been happening, I wasn't there waiting. You know, I was on my way, doing my own things, taking care of myself, raising my vibration, healing, and, doing all these beautiful things for myself. And that's when I would start to see and even learn that there was things that was happening to those people. And in that time, I wasn't there. Some of them have even been very, very horrible that I wasn't even prepared for that. As an empath, you believe that you want to see this karma happening to this narcissist. But let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. You're a real empath, a genuine empath. There is things you don't even wish for other people. You may later on find that narcissist has been hospitalized. Over the years, it could be sometimes take 2 or 3, even 5 years. You learn that the narcissist has been hospitalized. Maybe sometime they got involved in a car accident. Sometime you learn that the narcissist has passed on. Sometime you find that the narcissist has been shot. Things happen to those people. It is inevitable that a person will do very horrible things to you, and you are really believing in your heart that they're going to get away with it. That thing cannot happen. But you see, the karma happens not in the way that you expect, okay? The karma happens in so many different kinds of ways. So many things, different types of things will happen to those people. The things that you expect should happen are not the things that will usually happen to the narcissist. Very other horrible things, even things that you cannot see, you don't want to see. Did you guys know that the narcissist is aware of this karma heading towards their way? They are aware of this. The reason why you see narcissists rushing and fumbling around to run into new relationships is because they need somebody to share that karma with them, okay? So when you're with them, for example, and they have done so many horrible things to you, when you leave those relationships, they do remember, many of them, they do remember that, yes, they were with this person and they did this or they did that. Sometimes if they're even proud of these things. But now they're running into these new relationships, because when you're with the narcissist, you're going to start sharing that karma with them, okay? So when you're with the person, for example, those new supplies, is the reason why I've told you guys, you do not have to worry and put so much energy on those new supplies. Those new supplies, they are going to suffer. Because first of all, when they start sleeping with those narcissists, they are going to embody the same karma that the narcissist has got within them. So sometimes that karma is being spread onto those new supplies, But there is cases, I can promise you, these are the things that I've continuously seen. Actually, in my opinion, these are even the things I don't want to see, you know? You know, when you forgive a person, it's like you're letting this energy go because you're trying to create a space within yourself that you can now start healing. You start to create this environment that it can allow you to heal. Because, you know, when you're in this energy of resentment, you know, you are there waiting. Instead of putting energy into yourself and focusing on your growth and healing and everything, you are now out there, you know, you are counting the days. Oh, it's been 1 week, nothing has happened to them. It's been 2 weeks, nothing has gone on. It's been 3 weeks, I don't know, a month or two, maybe a year or two, nothing has happened. And it's like you're waiting, and you know, it's like instead of focusing and doing some work on yourself, it's like you're waiting that you want to see something happening to them. That is not how it works, ladies and gentlemen. You are an empath. That is not the way karma works with those individuals. The karma works mostly when you're very deep in your healing journey and you've done so much work on yourself, okay? They do the harm, the empath does the work. But you know, you're not doing the work to revenge or to go out there and start praying for them. You know, sometimes you see people praying and they are praying, you're praying for something bad to happen to someone. Now, that thing doesn't work like that. You do not pray for somebody to get hurt or somebody to fall sick or somebody to die or whatever. You don't do those kind of things. The only thing you do, you get away, okay? Karma is something which usually takes care of itself. It just happens naturally because a person has sent out extremely negative energy towards you. That energy, let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. The very moment empaths start learning this thing of energy and how energy works, that is when you're going to see your life changing, because you're going to realize that the energy, negative energy, especially from those individuals, always finds a way back to the source, back to the sender. So in my opinion, for the most of you guys who have been wondering, do these guys, you know, how do they face karma? Do they, you know, those things happen. But for the most of us who have seen this karma, those are things you don't want to see, ladies and gentlemen. You don't want to see. But for some reason, the universe will allow you to see this, you know, because you see, when a person has messed up with you, over the years, you have moved on, you're living your life, you're not looking for them, you're not spying on them, you're not checking them out, you're not following them. You're doing your own thing in your own way. The universe will force you to see this. And it is going to happen. Sometimes you're going to get calls and they tell you that your dad has passed on. And now that's when you're going to remember that, oh, you remember, you know, back in the days, probably 10 years ago, 20 years ago, your father did this or your father did that. And they hurt you or they did something to you, very, very painful, horrible things. That's when you start to hear a lot of these phone calls are coming in. Some people are calling you, they're telling you, listen, your dad wants to see you because of A, B, C, and D. They're going through stuff, they need to speak with you. And sometimes you're going to see that those individuals, they are going down, okay? These entities, they mess with the wrong people. You know, you cannot believe that you're going to mess with a very beautiful person and you're going to mess with a very beautiful soul and you believe in your heart that you're going to get away with it. It's not how the universe works. The energy you put out, ladies and gentlemen, that energy bounces back to you in one way or the other. Even if it doesn't bounce back to you, it can bounce back to your family. You see a lot of those individuals, they started losing their families, you know, they lose their children, started losing their jobs, they lose their health. It is the energy that is actually bouncing back. That is the karma, you know. So now they are getting karma for everything that they have ever done to you. So me, in my opinion, what I would advise you guys to do, you're an empath. The best thing you'll ever do for yourself is, first of all, you need to learn how to cut the cords, okay? So these individuals, they're up to no good. So you have got to force your way to learn how to cut cords with certain people. The people that you know have been always a part of your destruction, have always been a part of your pain. Those are the individuals you need to cut the cords, ladies and gentlemen. Let the people go. Empaths, you'll never see things, beautiful things start happening around you when you have not learned how to cut cut cords with certain people. You block, you detach, you get away. Delete their numbers. Delete their flying monkeys, everything. You do not have any business with toxic people. Empaths, I can guarantee you this. So that's when you start cutting the cords on a very spiritual level. Because you see, a lot of these toxic people, they are not only bonded with you physically, okay? So if a person, for example, is in a relationship, or sometime around them, like family members or things like that, there is no way you can cut cords when you are still bonded physically and emotionally with these toxic people. You have left a toxic person behind. There's no reason for you to contact them. There's no reason for you to call them, because you already know what they're capable of. They have already shown you who they are. They have shown you they are evil. They have shown you they can do this and they can do that. What else do you really want to see? What more do you want to know? Because if you really want to see it, then you're going to see it. The reason being that you're still around them. You're calling them for some reason, you're visiting them, you're going around them, you're still shaking their hands. Why should you continue shaking your hands with the narcissist? A person who has done so many things to destroy you, what is the reason for you to even to shake their hand? What is even the reason for you to sit down with them and engage in a conversation? How do you explain your meetings with this kind of individuals when you know deeply in your soul that they have been the people that have been responsible for your destruction? The karma will always come back to these people, but it's going to come back in so many different kinds of ways. There will be even most of the ways that you don't expect. You don't expect, you don't want to see, but the universe is going to force you to see this. So if you're wondering why does the narcissist look happy, why do they look successful, why are they doing all these beautiful things and everything, those narcissists, they are living on borrowed energy. The narcissist borrows energy. They have been borrowing energy for over the years. They have been borrowing energy from their victims. They have been going around, sniffing around for empaths, getting involved with empaths, using that beautiful energy for their advantage. Things have been going well. Sometimes they have left you, they have gone on to somebody else, they are going to do the same thing and recycle. But that is called borrowed energy. That energy does not belong to the narcissist. That energy will eventually leave. The energy knows its owner. So the more you do the healing work on yourself, is the more that energy gravitates back towards you. Your star will gravitate, your energy will gravitate back towards you. Your soul is going to gravitate back towards you, because I've told you guys that these individuals, they have always been battling for your soul. You cut the cords. You cut the connections. You block them. You let it go. Ladies and gentlemen, you let it go. It is going to be difficult. It will take a lot of practice. It will take a lot of work, but you're going to have to let go. And I can guarantee you, I can promise you this, ladies and gentlemen, these are things I've continuously seen. You're going to start to hear the news. If it's not a message, somebody will call you, or somebody will come and tell you physically that there is something going on with that person. But in that time, you are so far into your healing journey that you would care less. You're not bothered with whatever is happening to them, because you have already moved on so many years with your life and you're doing your own thing. You're in your own lane, growing and evolving to become the greatest version of you. So let me know what you think about this video in the comment section below. You guys know that I do love and appreciate your support. Book a session, donate or support my channel if you want to. Everything you need, you will find it in the description below. And until then, I will catch you guys in my next one. There's Almost signing out. Much love and blessings. Peace.